This is Dr. Thayer. I'm excited because Caleb is on his last visit of his 3-day journey here.
Yes.
And he's been suffering his whole freaking life, I'm going to say. But since 2011, probably that's the starting point. But he's been suffering a long time. He had no clue of how bad he was until how good he feels now. I mean, that's a great way to put it right now. So we're going to show him his x-rays. I'm going to let you guys watch. This is kind of a cool little video setup because 3 days, he feels different. I'm going to show you the x-rays. We're going to do it all on camera for you. And this is his last video. But he's had some revelations and we've seen some great things. And I'm just going to turn it over to Caleb. So tell us, what's going on, man?
I mean, coming in today, here it is my last visit, and I mean, it is totally night and day. I mean, I have no pain. It didn't even really come in for pain, but I do have no pain now.
That's why it came to concentration, that's right.
Yeah, and then the concentration, the focus, it's crazy. And I had, like you said, had no idea how bad I was until I'm standing here right now. I feel so good. It's crazy that I went that long without getting any kind of intervention.
So he said just a few minutes ago, we were talking a minute ago, and he goes like this, he goes, you know, I can't believe how great this is. He goes, I'm trying to get a job. I'm going in for an interview. Tell us about this talk we just had.
Well, yeah, I mean, first time I met Dr. Thayer, I mean, he was looking at me, he was trying to pull answers out of me. I mean, I couldn't even respond. I was slow in my responses. And think of a job interview. I mean, no confidence, really, in going into a job interview, saying, oh, I'm going to be the best worker you have when I could barely even focus. So now I'm 1,000 times more confident in going to these, job interviews and knowing that I can nail it. And it's just, I mean, that itself is worth this whole trip. I mean,
How many days you been here?
3 days. 3 days, 72 hours.
72 hours.
Yeah.
How long you been suffering with this kind of stuff? We even sleep, the concentration sleep
Like
problem?
you said, 2011 is probably when it started, but man, I've had this for a long time.
Yeah, crazy, huh?
Yeah.
And only one chiropractor with pass. We did the groupon crap with you.
Yeah.
Nothing else. He's done.
And he didn't adjust
nothing.
my neck at all. It was just my back, lower back.
Because that costs extra.
Yeah.
But I love this guy because it's so much fun to give somebody their life, He doesn't even life back because he didn't know he was missing.
Yeah.
I mean, this must be like the light bulb just went on. Like you.
Well, jumping out of the car should have been that something. My life there's something off here. You're right, but I was stubborn back then.
So again, I'm happy you shared that. What does that look like back in your head now that you play that back? You're like, how? Like if you feel
Well, I
like
appreciate
this,
what you said. I mean, it was a result of no sleep. I mean, I went longer than 72 hours without sleep. So you think of how much change I've had in 72 hours. Well, not sleeping for 72 hours. I mean, I did insane things, and I thought I was going crazy, really.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that I'm not going crazy because it's just my sleep.
Like I said, I love this guy. So he's doing better. We also changed his shoes, which I'll show you guys in a second at the end.
Yeah.
I want to look at all his x-rays now. Anything else you want to add before we get going?
No.
Good. So come up here. Let's take a look at his x-rays. Okay. He hasn't seen yet. This is center of balance on his body. That's where the center of balance is. His head, we look for relative position of his head. So his head is right of center. Can you see that? It's leaning to the right. Okay. And so I'm going to mark this over here. And then he also has, it's over by 12.91 millimeters. He also has the left TMJ. His jaw is shifted to the left. You can see how there's more space here and less space here. Okay. Outward manifestation of his body leaning to the right is his shoulder is low on the right. So the whole shoulder right here is low on the right. Okay. And so this is just showing the leverage. This is where leverage occurs because the balance is off in his head. And what have we adjusted on you, Caleb, the whole time?
My neck.
Just your neck. So all we've done is affected change to his balance. And this is what it looks like on the x-ray when he first came in. Okay. Any questions on that, sir?
No, it's amazing.
Go. Here's his low back.
Wow.
Okay. So all you people out there are going to say, he has a 16-degree scoliosis in his low back. Yes, it's a problem. Have I touched your low back, Caleb?
No, you have not.
Have I massaged it?
No.
Have I even looked at it?
No.
Not even a little bit, right?
This is the first time you've seen this, so.
First time you've seen it, I know. Yeah. But I know I've seen it before, so when I started working on you, I saw this stuff. All this is constipation. See all this, guys? All this black in here, that's all constipation here. Not the worst I've ever seen, but the nerves, when they're pinched in here, cause organ dysfunction. And so he has also some backup in here. His left leg is shorter than his right leg by 6.42 millimeters. He also has pelvic rotation, so his hips are rotated. Why do I point this out? Because all you guys are like, why do you even do this stuff? Why do you even look at it? Because I need to know what the structure is. Even though I'm adjusting the neck, I still want to know what's going on. There is an semblance I need to know what the left leg looks like. I still need to know how much pelvic rotation. I still need to know there's scoliosis in here. Why? Because there's still weaknesses. And so to treat somebody, I need to know what the whole thing is. Okay? So any questions with that?
No.
Okay? Side view, L5, L4. Posture here is pretty good in his low back. Not a lot to see. Maybe a little bit of arthritis right there. A little bit of arthritis right there, okay? Now neck, this is where all the problems come from, okay? And so this line right here is the curve that should be his neck. You can see how it starts off this way and then it goes straight. We call this a military neck, or maybe a reverse cervical curve. The pressure that this exerts, because this is going the wrong way, puts pressure on this atlas. And this atlas is tiny. See this thing? It is like microscopic. And so he's a big guy and he has the smallest atlas in there. Why? It's unhealthy. It's just completely unhealthy. It's been under so much pressure for so many years. It did not want to grow. It just got a pressure on it. He has a little osteophyte actually growing off this thing, and the whole bottom thing is worn off. And why is that important? Well, this bone, this curve, pushes against this and causes that atlas to do this, causes it to go up, and it tweaks the brainstem out here. And so it's extra small, completely worn off, half worn off, and an unusual osteophyte growing off the top of that thing. That doesn't happen very often. We also have the same thing happen here, a little bit larger EOP, not huge, but bone starts growing into the muscle. Why? Because the body's trying to adapt to pain. His poor posture is making this stuff happen. And the poor posture causes imbalance. Imbalance causes all the pressure. Imbalance causes your brain not to work properly, which causes concentration problem, which causes sleep problems.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Any questions about any of this?
No, it's wow. I can't believe it.
Okay, let's go back in the room over here. So you go ahead, Caleb. Go back to room 2 on the left, please. Okay, so we're going to get him adjusted right now. And again, go ahead and lay it on your back, sir. Okay. Okay, so same thing. What have we done on you the whole time?
My neck.
Just the neck. And tell everybody what you think about me adjusting you twice a day. You said, how could you get so much noise?
Yeah, I was surprised it would crack that much after twice a day. I just couldn't believe it. It's like you never cracked me before.
Yeah, and so we call it muscle memory. The body unwinds itself, and it's unwinding itself that fast. It doesn't go back to starting position, but it wants to go out of alignment.
Wow.
That quick.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Wow. And we just adjusted you, what, a couple hours ago?
Yeah. What's that small bone you're pointing out? What's that called?
That's the atlas.
Wow.
That thing is abnormally small in there. It's, when I saw it, it looks almost unhealthy. I'm gonna show you a couple. I'll show you another one that looks. Anybody is bigger than that one, and you're a big guy. How tall are you supposed to be?
I think I'm 6'1".
6'1". Yeah. How much do you weigh?
It was 218.
218?
I'm hoping it's down now. But
yeah, but I mean 218. So
218.
that bone is the size of somebody who comes in who's like 100 pounds, 5'2".
Really?
Yes, it's tiny.
Wow.
Tiny.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so I look at those as clues of what's going on. The amount of pressure to do that to your spine is great. And so you've been suffering for a lot of years.
And that would have been since I was a little kid, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's years and years of abuse.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Good, beautiful. So I'm going to walk him in the hall. I'm going to finish with the shoe talk. And Caleb had some really, really shitty shoes. Really bad. They only bought 2 weeks ago, right?
About 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, and he bought them from a store that's a pretty well-named store. We don't have to name names, but he'll tell you the story out in the hall, and we'll talk about that and finish with that. But wonderful start for him. Good. What's up? Okay, so stop right here, turn around this way. I want you guys to see his feet, so shoot down his feet, please. Okay, see the new shoes? We got new shoes. I want you to go ahead and walk. Okay. Okay. Okay, go ahead and turn around, come on back. Okay, why are we shooting his feet, okay? Want to stop right here? He had some shoes that were 3 weeks old.
Yeah.
And he was walking pigeon-toed, ankles in. He kept saying, I'm about a 5 out of 10 pain when I leave your office, Dr. Thayer. My my ankles hurt, right?
Yeah.
I go, you have some crappy shoes. He goes, I just bought these 3 weeks ago from somebody who told you that they'd be what?
Help with my problem, pronation.
Yeah. So when I saw it, I kept going, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? And so I showed him some shoes from New Balance, and I'm not trying to sell New Balance, but I'm saying I showed him shoes because I wanted him shoes that were built well and that were flat.
Yes.
And what did you do yesterday? Tell us the story of the shoes real
I
quick.
immediately went back to where I got the shoes, took them back, and then went to New Balance, and they helped me out. And instantly, I mean, really, I walked around the mall with them on, and I could already feel a difference in the shoes. And I was frustrated because when I bought these other shoes, I just thought it was I wasn't used to them. So I was like, oh, I got to break them in, I guess, or I got to just keep walking on and get used to them. Well, they were making me worse and worse and worse.
And the guy kept saying they're great, and so he was going to stick with them for months. I was
going to stick with them, and
And
they were $160 shoes, and I was like, okay, this is going to help. This is going to make the difference, and
Exactly.
I would have been worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
I'm not saying shoes fix a person, but his shoes were in the way of getting fixed. They were so collapsed, and I go, what is wrong with these shoes? And he goes, I thought it was his feet doing it, but they were bad shoes, just bad. And so not only have we helped his balance, but we helped him with his feet too. And talk about transformation. I'm really stoked for this guy, so I can't wait to see him again. Anything else you want to say, sir?
That's improved. Look at that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Almost every time it was like awkward trying to shake your hand.
I know. You actually you zeroed in. You actually hit it right. Didn't do one of these. Yeah.
Yeah.
So awesome, Caleb. I'll see you soon again, man. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
See you guys.